Hello, everybody. I'm ready for Halloween, and I hope you're ready too. I'm June Edwards, and this is Senior Topics. And we're discussing Halloween because it is going to be here in just a very few days. So we are going to get right to it. And I'm trying to adjust everything and make it this where I wish I had my own cameraman. Wouldn't that be nice? Can't really see my shirt, but it's got a witch on it and says, "This is my scary grandma costume." And this is what I'm wearing with my jewelry, my web jewelry, and my bones and pumpkins and all kinds of fun stuff. I like to have a lot of fun with this holiday, and I hope you do too. So we'll start with the fourth week of October, looking at the calendar. Starting with the 24th of October, the first transcendental telegram was sent from California to Washington, D.C. and back again in 1861 with very sad news. It announced the assassination of President Abraham Lincoln. It is also United Nations Day from the 1940s. And it is Black Thursday, where the New York Stock Exchange in 1929 began having a record sell-off, which a few days later led to the crash, which led to the Great Depression. October 25th, Pablo Picasso, the famous artist, was born in Spain in 1881. And it is International Opera Day as well. Okay. All right. Just trying to push it back a little bit further without pushing everything off my little table here, which is my desk. Okay. October 26th, Mother-in-Law's Day. I have fond memories of my mother-in-law, but we lived on separate coasts. Maybe that's why we got along so well. It is International Red Cross, organized in Geneva, Switzerland in 1863. So we will be honoring the Red Cross, and they have helped so many unfortunate people. The Erie Canal opened on the East Coast in 1825. And to this day, you can go and see memorials to many of the people who helped make it work. And they were able to have a great supply chain, something that we're still struggling with today. October 27th, Theodore or Teddy Roosevelt was born in 1858. It is Navy Day, and it is Black Cat Day. And it's when the New York City subway first began operating underground in 1905. And October was a busy month. I think they were trying to get it all done before the snow flew. October 28th is Bill Gates' birthday. He was born in 1955. He lives up in Washington State in Bellevue outside of Seattle, and he's the founder of Microsoft. It is Plush Animal Lovers Day, and it's when the Statue of Liberty was dedicated in 1886. But if you go back hundreds of years before that, Harvard University, the oldest institution of higher learning in our country, was founded in Massachusetts. On this day, they opened in 1636. And the Pilgrims were really determined that their children have a higher education. October 29, on that Black Day, 16 million shares of stock were dumped and that is the official stock market crash. Very tumultuous time, and it led to the Great Depression and much suffering. It is also known for the monster Frankenstein. It is Frankenstein Day. And did you know a woman wrote the novel about the man who created the monster and brought it to life and could not control it? October 30th, Emily Post, a newspaper columnist who wrote about etiquette and good manners and courtesy, was born in 1873, and boy, could we use her wisdom now. It is National Candy Corn Day, and it is the day that the radio broadcast of War of the Worlds panicked millions of people in 1938. They thought that it was a real newscast, and they were scared. October 30th. Okay, that's it. October 31st, of course, is Halloween, or All Hallows Eve, the evening before All Saints Day, which is next month. And it's when Juliet Gordon Low, born in 1860, she started the Girl Scouts in our country in 1912, and her birthday's on Halloween. Mount Rushmore National Memorial was completed in 1941 after 14 years of sculpting by a famous sculptor. It is also a very sad day in India. The Indian Prime Minister Indira Gandhi, daughter of the more famous Nehru Gandhi, was also assassinated while she was Prime Minister, and it happened in 1984. We know that this is Adopt a Shelter Animal Month, Computer Learning Month, and I'm trying. It is Family History Month, National Clock Month. We'll be turning the clocks back soon. National Dessert Month, National Hispanic Heritage Month, and Native American Day. Also, October is a big, big month. And I'm so glad you're here with me to help celebrate and remember some of these going on. I'm going to do something here just a minute. I'm bringing out several things here that I can show you. I have autumn harvest soup. All of these are Trader Joe's, but there's all kinds of delightful pumpkin products for you to try. I have pumpkin butter, and the pumpkin butter should be tried on the cranberry and sweet potato crackers, which I left the box in the other room, apparently. I have pumpkin Alfredo sauce with Romano cheeses, really good for pasta this month. And on my sourdough toast, I think later today, I will try the pumpkin spread, which is lightly spiced and not too much sugar. So I have those things, and I'm going to stop recording. I'll be right back. Unmute my audio. I hope you can hear me okay. I'm recording again. This is the sweet potato crackers I told you about. We have so many pumpkin products, and now they're branching out into other autumn flavors. I've had sweet potato pie, but I know that's been a personal favorite for many, many years. Then if I want some tea, I can have either salted caramel, which has a maple flavor, and this is from Bigelow, and it has cinnamon and caramel and black tea, just a hint of sea salt and a little sweetener, and rose hips and chicory root. So it's healthy. If you don't like that, you can have Bengal spice, which is an herbal tea that is caffeine free. I got this at Walmart. And this has cinnamon, roasted chicory, roasted carob, natural spice and vanilla flavors, ginger, cardamom, black pepper, cloves, and nutmeg. Really good tea. So those are some of my unusual products. Every year it seems like I get new ones. And so I wanted, since I couldn't show you in person, I wanted to be able to show you what I could. So that's what I'm trying to do here. Okay, so let's go on to the history of Halloween. And we know it lies in the traditions of the Celtic people, and it's from around 800 BC. They were located in what's now England and Western Europe and a little bit in Turkey. They held a major celebration near the end of our month of October. They called it Samhain, a festival to recognize the end of summer. Samhain, 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 different ways to pronounce it. And they believed that the veil between this world and the next would be thinnest at this time of year. Friends and relatives who had died would often return with their souls inhabiting an animal, often a black cat. Black cats are still a symbol of Halloween to this day. And in celebration of the recently completed harvest, the Celts would give offerings of food to their gods. They'd also go door to door to collect food to donate. And the young kids would ask the townspeople for kindling and wood and take it to the top of the hill for a great big bonfire. At trick-or-treating, we know that this was mostly a fire festival. So the trick-or-treats, well, they would take an ember from the bonfire back to their homes and relight the fire in their family hearth. And they would often carry it in a holder like a turnip or a gourd. They were nervous about walking home in the dark and they were afraid of evil spirits. So they dress up in scary costumes and carve scary faces in their squash. They hoped the spirits would be frightened and not bother them. And today, of course, children and many adults are still dressing up in all kinds of costumes and still carving jack-o'-lanterns. I know in the 1800s that the children would go home to home and say trick or treat. And if you didn't give them candy, they might play a mischievous trick on you. Now, what about the jack-o'-lantern? Where did that come from? We think it's from an old Irish folktale of the 1700s. Jack was an Irishman. He had tricked the devil into climbing an apple tree. Then he cut the symbol of a cross in the tree trunk and trapped the devil in the branches. When Jack died, he was unable to again access to heaven because of being so mean. And the devil, having a long memory, would not allow him into hell. So he was forced to travel around the earth, carrying his pumpkin forever and ever for being so mean. Apples were considered to a long time have been associated with immortality. Think of Adam and Eve, resurrection, and knowledge. And unmarried people try to take a bite out of an apple bobbing in a pail of water or suspended on a string. The first person to actually do it on the first try was destined to be the next to get married. Attempting to produce a long, unbroken apple peel was said to estimate the number of years you had to live. The longer you could peel it without breaking the peel, the longer you would live. Halloween is actually, it comes from All Hallows Eve, which means the evening before All Saints' Day. Hallow is an Old English word for holy or saint. This was shortened to Halloween and then Halloween. And it's All Souls Day was created for November 1 and 2 to honor faithful Christians who had died but were not saints. And the 3 days from October 31 to November 2 were given the name Hallowtide. And for the Hispanics in our group, it is known as Los Muertos, the Day of the Dead, El Dia de los Muertos. And some other interesting facts about the celebration of Halloween. It's the holiday when the most candy is sold, and it's second only to Christmas. North Americans spend over 20 million in Halloween candy. And I'm telling you, looking at the prices this year in the grocery store, a bag about this big cost me $24. I thought, man, how far is that going to go? Halloween is the #1 season for selling humorous greeting cards. And for many decades during this time, the United Nations Children's Fund has distributed boxes to children so they can collect money at Halloween time. The town of Hancock, Maryland has refused for more than 20 years to declare a specific date for Halloween. They say if they set a particular date and a child gets hurt during trick-or-treating, the town could be held liable and sued for damages. A lot of places now have replaced Halloween with what they call a fall festival. Sometimes when Halloween falls on a Sunday, like this year, Halloween can be held October 30th. They want to avoid direct conflict between Halloween celebrations and church services. And many churches offer alternatives, like the night, where they watch a puppet show or where they have games at the church and dress up in non-scary costumes. Or have you heard of trunk or treat, where they park their cars in a big circle, open the trunk, decorate it very festively, and then the kids can go from car trunk to car trunk and load up on candy in a very safe manner. So that's just a little bit about Halloween. Of course, there is lots more that we could tell you about it. I wanted to get into some of the humor. This just about says it all. I love Norman Rockwell. And I remember that in years when we did not have a lot of money, it was so easy to take an old white sheet. Most of the bed sheets were white then, cut holes in it and put it over our heads, and that was our costume. And hopefully nobody knew who we were, so we could pull a few pranks here and there. I love that picture. Here's a poem by my good friend Mary Raymond called Who. I'm warning you, if you should meet this fellow, run across the street. You'll know him by his scary grin, his jagged teeth, and sallow skin. His evil eyes are most unholy. His body build is roly-poly. His empty-headed moods aren't right. Sometimes he's dull, sometimes he's bright. They say one night he flipped his lid and terrorized a little kid. So run, and don't look back. And by the way, his name is Jack. Thank you to Mary for that. And then this is Frank and Ernest. Got this out of a newspaper. I think my sister sent it to me a few years back. Happy Halloween, and they're getting ready for the party. There's lots of no-shows for the party. Ernest says the witch's flight was delayed and the vampires can't come out because it's still daylight savings time. That's true. Frank says the zombies say they're too tired, dead on their feet. And Frankenstein's monster couldn't get himself together to be here. And here's Frank. So there's only a small group, just a skeleton crew. And I love that. And then we have some, since it's football season, here's a headless player coming back. And one player says to the rest of the team, he's going to feel that tomorrow. Here's a man that's getting rid of his leaves an easy way. And the other man, his neighbor doesn't quite understand it yet. He's got a blower there. Here he goes. And here's a little kid tells his dad, when trees lose their leaves, why can't they really lose them? And here's a little kid just got braces and he sees a pumpkin with braces and tells his dad, I like this one. And here's a witch who decides to go talk to Santa. It's only October, Buster. You're butting in on my territory. She's asking Santa to back off. I agree. I'd rather celebrate each holiday the month that it's supposed to be in. And I had a few others here. Let's see if I can figure them out. Witches parking only. All others will be towed, turned into a toad. T-O-A-D. I love these little clever play on words, you know. Okay, so let's see. What about costumes? What are the most popular costumes? Well, last year people did not go out because of the lockdowns. Most people stayed home. But before that, a year or two before that, was unicorns, the evil queen Maleficent, Bad Sandy, Poison Ivy, the Addams Family Morticia, a black cat, the cartoon Minion, which looks like a little yellow pill, anything with Harry Potter, a vampire, Frida Kahlo, the Mexican artist, a cheerleader, a fairy, a nun, or some kind of animal. The reason that Harry Potter is trending right now is there was a rumor that there was a new Harry Potter movie going to come out, but it didn't happen. What are the top 10 scariest urban legends? The first one is the clown statue. A babysitter taking care of two small children called their parents late in the evening to ask for permission to cover up the life-size clown statue in the corner of the family room. It's not that I don't like it, she said. It's just kind of freaks me out with nobody else here. It's hard to watch TV. The parents' reaction to her request freaked her out even more. What clown statue? They asked frantically. Call 911. Call the police. Do it now. That's one legend. Number 2, humans can lick too. Now, this is a scary story. Once there was a beautiful young girl in a small town just south of Farmersburg. Her parents had to go to the city for the night, so they left their daughter alone, protected by the faithful family dog. They instructed her to lock all the doors and secure the house after they left. She did as she was told about being left alone, but confident that if anything happened, her dog would protect her. But that's not what happened on Halloween Eve. Okay, here's another one, The Hook. A teenage boy drove his date to a dark and deserted lover's lane for a makeout session. After turning on the radio for mood music, he leaned over and began kissing the girl. The music suddenly stopped and an announcer's voice came on warning that a convicted murderer with a hook for a hand had just escaped from the state insane asylum. And I think you can guess the rest of how that's going to go. And then here's another one. Aren't you glad you didn't turn on the light? As if we need proof that horrible things happen in the dark, this unnerving tale about a murderous madman lurking undetected in a dimly lit dorm room demonstrates that sometimes what you don't know can hurt you, even if it chooses for a while to hide and wait. These are sounding scary and it's not even nighttime. So let's go back to the friendlier parts of Halloween. What are the Halloween songs? Well, Monster Mash from Bobby Boris Pickett in 1962. Those who grew up in the early rock and roll era can remember the Monster Mash. It was a special dance. Michael Jackson's Thriller that came out in 1982. And then some of our exercise classes were dancing to Thriller. That is a great one for getting your heartbeat up. Number 3, DJ Jazzy Jeff and Fresh Prince, Nightmare on My Street, 1988. And Fresh Prince added good humor to it. And then the Rocky Horror Picture Show soundtrack, 1975, and so on and so on. I was thinking the One-Eyed Purple People Eater, and that's from the 1960s. That's kind of a cool song. You remember that? And then I'm looking at Charlie Brown and the Peanuts comic strip. And Charlie Brown goes out every Halloween waiting for the great pumpkin to come to town. And they even printed up Peanuts Pumpkin Carols by Charles Schulz. Here's the great pumpkin is coming to town. Oh, you better not shriek. You better not groan. You better not howl. You better not moan. Great pumpkin is coming to town. He's going to find out from folks that he meets who deserves tricks and who gets the treats. Great pumpkin is coming to town. He'll search in every pumpkin patch, haunted houses far and near, to see if you've been spreading gloom or bringing lots of cheer. So you better not shriek, you better not groan, you better not howl, you better not moan. Great pumpkin is coming to town. All right, so we have that. We have lots of scary stories. I'm not going to share any more. And that's about all my time for today. But I did want to show you just a couple more things from my collection. This was given to me by one of my favorite students and her mom. I don't know where she got the skull base, but the autumn arrangement, absolutely beautiful. And I've had it for many years. I went to a bottle craft party and we were taking old bottles and turning them into what we called beetle butter and putting skeletons and spiders and cotton and all kinds of things and decorating these, and you can plug it in at night. And then my hat collection. Of course, there's always got to be a few little witches with the little black lace on them and the spiders. And this one looks like it's from Alice in Wonderland. What was the name of that man that wore this big tall hat in the Tim Burton Alice in Wonderland? It's just such a beautiful hat with the black feathers and the little rhinestones. And then this one, little bit easier top hat. You can wear it. You don't mind your hair getting squashed. Put you in the costume mood. And then, of course, my little scarecrow collection. I get these from all over. Michael's, Hobby Lobby, Dollar Tree, 99-cent store. There's one. And I love my scarecrows. I never get scary ones, just real pretty autumny looking ones. Here's a real tall one. So tall, I don't even know. You see his eyes there peeking out. Look at all that wonderful hay stuffed into his body. I've got that one. Put him right there. Put this guy over here. Put him on this side, I guess. And then I finally found a little girl one. You don't want you hiding right now, honey. Come on out. She's a little bashful. She's got her own little pole. And this is my little girl one. And she looks so sunny and cheerful. So with that, I think it's time for us to say bye, everybody. I hope you have a great rest of your week and happy Halloween. See you later after it's all gone.